So this morning, the city of Albuquerque is thinking about making changes to a popular stretch of road after neighbors complained about all the speeding that goes on. People who live along Gerrard between Gibson and Indian School say it has become a dangerous road lately. There have been quite a few crashes and some of them have even been deadly. Now the city is looking to overhaul 3 miles of Gerrard. It's thinking about narrowing parts of the road to put wider sidewalks in, bike lanes, and even street parking to slow drivers down. Now neighbors welcome any and all help.
I think it would be quite beneficial if we could have a 4-way stop sign here at San Joaquin and a 4-way stop sign at Monterey.
Now there will be 2 more meetings before plans are finalized. The city hopes it can get construction underway by possibly next summer.
Guilty. That is the verdict for the woman who hit and killed a man on a bike on Paseo del Norte 2 years ago. This was Miranda Pacheco's second trial for vehicular homicide, and yesterday a jury did not find her guilty of that, but rather careless driving. She's supposed to be sentenced for this on Tuesday. Could spend up to 90 days in jail. Pacheco ran over and killed David Anderson back in 2010. She says it was an accident, but prosecutors say she was speeding and weaving in and out of traffic when that crash happened.
We have to live with the fact he's gone, but Miranda will have to understand that, yes, she was responsible. Whether it was reckless or careless, if she had been driving responsibly, he would be alive today.
Ms. Pacheco's first trial ended in a hung jury. Elizabeth.
A Metro Detention Center guard caught on surveillance cameras beating an inmate pleads guilty. Demetrio Gonzalez entered that plea yesterday in court. Last December, surveillance cameras captured him slamming a suspect against a wall. Investigators say he repeatedly hit the suspect, who was being booked on DUI charges. Gonzalez faces up to 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. 2 other guards also in the beating will be tried in January.
Governor Susana Martinez's administration is now settling a lawsuit about its controversial immigrant license program. Yesterday, a judge ruled the state cannot send out any more letters to immigrants to make them prove that they live here in New Mexico and live here legally, unless the state has evidence of fraud. Last year, the state sent out 10,000 of these letters, planning to cancel the licenses unless the immigrants could prove that they legally live in the state. But then MALDEF, the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund, complained and sued the state. Well, in the past few years, Bernalillo County's community custody program, where inmates wear an ankle monitor instead of going to jail, has made a lot of news, and a lot of it has not been good. So this morning, we're going behind the scenes of this program to see how it works and how well it works. All 202 people in the program right now in the county wear one of these. They're a GPS ankle monitor, and they track where these people go 24/7. Investigators can pull that up on a computer in about 90 seconds, and they can get an alert if inmates go to places they're not supposed to.
Victims' homes, victims' works, casinos, bars. If you enter one of these areas, we get an alert, and we get it either via computer or via page on our phones.
And a lot of the inmates who have the ankle monitors don't just sit at home all day. They have to go to work, counseling, and do community service.
Today, the Clovis City Commission will talk about proposed changes to Great Lakes Airlines flights. That's an airline that flies to small cities like Clovis. The city's aviation board is recommending that the flight service to Albuquerque be changed to Denver with a stop in Santa Fe. The average round-trip fare would be $145.
A high-tech plant is opening up today here in Albuquerque, bringing with it 50 jobs. Sumitomo Electronic Device Innovations is leasing space here at the MCOR building at the Sandia Science and Tech Park. The plant will make lasers and lots of other cool high-tech stuff, and again, bring 50 jobs to the area.
Well, she is a brave fighter. That is how the family of a 12-year-old girl named Alicia Jaquez describes her. She's a little girl who has been fighting epilepsy since the age of 1. And
Alicia will be making the biggest fight of that battle later this month as she goes through a very intense brain surgery to try to get those seizures to stop. News 13's David Romero joins us in the Newsplex with the story. David, very brave young girl here.
Definitely so, Matt. And the surgery is said to be the first of its kind in the state on someone with epilepsy at Alicia's age. All she wants out of it is to be able to live the life of the normal life of a girl.
Her smile says everything.
I haven't seen her smile this much in a long time, so to see her so excited and so many people come at this time in the morning for her is amazing.
Alicia is smiling so much because these Albuquerque firefighters and volunteers with the organization Firefighter Random Acts are wishing her good luck for her big surgery. They're giving her a few gifts and a ride on a real fire truck.
We want to encourage you, and we are honored to be in your presence today. It's really inspiring for us, so thank you.
Alicia has been dealing with the seizures since she was 1 year old. In the last 2 months, she's had 2 operations to prepare for the surgery, where doctors plan to remove the damaged part of the frontal lobe of her brain.
I was scared for the first one, but the second one I was really worried. I had already gone through it, so it wasn't really big.
We've been wanting for 2 years, and now that it's here, it's hard to accept, but we know that she'll have a chance that we could have never given her.
Even with a successful surgery, Alicia won't quite be out of the woods just yet. There are some trade-offs, including speech and memory issues, but her family says they're ready for anything to have Alicia healthy once again.
Our hope is the new year will be a new chance for her to start everything again. That's our hope.
Now, if you'd like to donate money to help, an account has been set up at Wells Fargo for Alicia M. Hawkes under the name of Frank Garcia. Now, we also want to remind you guys, too, that there's other ways to contribute, and that's through a PayPal account with the email frank@aol.com.
All right, so David, obviously this is an important surgery. After this, what happens? What's the road to recovery like for her?
What her mom was saying yesterday is they estimate the recovery to take anywhere to 3 to 4 months, so that should put it in mid to late January. And of course, they're hoping that she'll be back in class by that time. This is after a 5-hour intense surgery. So.
Wow, our prayers are certainly with her.
And let us know when she actually starts that surgery later this month.
Definitely.
All right, thank you, David.